Alireza Firuza from the Triveni Continental Kings takes on Vishy Anand from the Ganges Grandmasters. On your screen you have Dominic Lawson, the president of the English Chess Federation, making the first move. He makes the move, and this one is going to be a very important clash. Vishy did lose to Alireza in their first encounter at this event. Now with reversed colors, Vishy has the white pieces. Alireza has been in tremendous form in this tournament, but he lost the last round to Hikaru in a drawn position. Let's see how he fares here. The battle of generations. E4 by Vishy Anand. C6. We're going for the Karo Khan. D4. Whoa, D6, not D5. Alireza plays a very weird opening. F4 and pushes his pawn to E5. This is such a weird move order that he's chosen. Mainly, he's saying to Vishy that I'm going to play something offbeat and take you out of theory and then try to outplay you because you have not been having a great event. That's what Alireza is trying to do here. It's a bold approach against someone like Vishy Anand. Right now, he brings his knight out, and now Vishy is calculating here. He castles it out. White has a beautiful pawn center, and Alireza is quite passive right now. You can call this like the Philidor, but with the pawn on F4, which generally doesn't happen in the Philidor, White has a very good advantage here. Black castles, and Vishy plays this very interesting idea of Queen E1. He may want to put his queen on G3 or H4. Pawn takes, and now he intends to take this back with the knight. Knight takes on D4. The knight is well positioned, and Alireza goes Rook E8 opposite the queen. The queen comes out to G3, and now the bishop drops back. So there's some pressure here, but it's well defended point on E4. And now Vishy just develops his bishop. I like this move because he wants to go Rook E1. G6 isn't a great idea because now F5 is ultra strong. But Vishy tries to be more positional. He brings his knight back. Maybe he wants to go to G5. And Alireza puts his bishop here on G7. Queen H4 could be an idea. He brings the rook into the center of the board. White's position is fantastic. And Alireza now pushes his pawn to B5. It's time for Anand to maybe break in the center, maybe put his queen on H4, but A3 is a little soft, although it makes some good sense because B4 is not possible. Alireza keeps pushing ahead. He goes A5, and now Vishy puts his queen on H4. A good move there. B4 played here by Alireza. He's hitting the knight, but the knight can move now after takes. Vishy takes the pawn. Pawn takes and knight D1. And slowly he can maneuver the knight here. The bishops are well positioned. The pawns are ready to move. White looks like in a good situation, but Alireza quickly offers one of the bishops for trade. And now can Vishy chop off this pawn? He takes on A6. Rook takes A6. And now the E4 pawn is a little soft. So he pushes forward E5. And is this some sort of a miscalculation or a misevaluation? We don't know. But I think what Vishy essentially wanted is to give up his central pawns and take this pawn on B4. That seems to be his idea. He takes the knight. But is this a good trade-off? By the way, you cannot win material here because of Rook E1 and there's a mate. So that's the reason why Bishop F4 is not possible. He takes on E5. Queen takes E5. Anand has 6 minutes on the clock. Alireza has 11. And now he takes the pawn on B4. So he makes the material even. But Alireza has a very powerful move here and he finds it. Rook A1 pinning on the last rank. Now this back rank is very weak. And the knight could jump in at the right time and could become very worrisome. Rook E1 played. And now Alireza brings Queen H5. Putting pressure here. He must go Knight C3. That's the best move. And then the position is still pleasant for black. But Vishy blunders. He goes Knight F2. And that is a big error. Can you find what is the winning move here? He takes. Bishop takes, and there you have it, a very strong move by Alireza Firouzja, threatening to come in here. h3 has to be played, but then the bishop can move away, move on to this diagonal. Queen e2 is just amazing. Vishy goes knight h3. He wants to block the check with the knight jumping in, but Alireza plays bishop f8. Now you need to take control of the c5 square because he's going to give a check and come to c5, but Vishy makes a big error. Queen d2, in comes a check, and absolutely lost there, because now after knight g1 there is bishop c5 that is coming in, and Vishy Anand has to resign. Alireza Firouzja wins. Anand was not able to get settled into the game. Alireza played really well in the middle game and he moves off. So after a small blip in the tournament, losing to Hikaru, Alireza is back to his winning ways. He is now on 6.5 points out of 8 in this tournament. What a phenomenal performer for Vishy Anand. The next game is where he has to aim for his first win in the tournament.